Ever thought about starting your own garden, but may have these problems?
You can start your in-home garden.
Live in an apartment?
You can start your in-home garden.
Have a small yard?
You can start your in-home garden.
Live in a cold climate?
You can start your in-home garden. Yo, family, April 25th, Saturday, April 25th. Be here at P30 at 1:30. We're having a Family Grows Together event presented to you by Lead Your Lineage. We're teaching families and friends to start the in-home garden. You need to be here. It's time to grow our own food. And we can do this together as a community. Family, welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. We are the number one podcast for families seeking to end generational dysfunction. What up, cuz?
You know what, man? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I got this incredible guest I want y'all to meet today, man.
For sure.
What we do, here at Lead Your Lineage, let me break this down to you, Miss J. We believe in lineage leaders. What are lineage leaders? Are people who are excelling in life, who are excelling in all 360s, in 360, 720 way, meaning whether it's physically, spiritually, it can be something small, it can be something huge, but they are leading their family in a positive way. And that's what we believe you are. And we that's why we brought you here. So y'all, what's up, y'all? I want y'all to meet Miss J. She does music. She teaches music around America. She what you say? Hold on. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. I ain't gonna say too much. I was about to say too much. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, Miss J, let us know. Let us know who you are. Let the people know.
Let us know who you are.
So, Jalynn Simmons, founder of Joyful Noyze Management. And we teach music for wellness throughout the nation, bringing people together, a reason for dialogue and a reason for addressing emotional intelligence and things of that sort. For healthy interactions and just bringing peace and love together in a very non-traditional way. But there's no judgment, and so it's just a safe space to create through the arts.
Yes, and that's dope. And just to let y'all know, in May we having music with Miss J.
Let's go.
And like she said, you don't have to have no experience. This can be your first time. Like myself, I know it's my first time trying to play some music, cuz, he got it in his blood, but it'd be his first time really trying to hit the drums.
I got a little experience, man, you know what I'm saying? A little bit.
Okay.
I'll be doing it.
It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it for sure.
So how many times have you done this class? I know, we talked over a couple times, but, I want our people to know too.
Have I done like workshops?
Yeah. How many times have you done your this type of?
Thousands of times. I'm about 15 years in, so average about 360 a year. So, yeah.
No, that's beautiful. What in terms of the workshops, let's take a deep dive into those. And when people, before we get to the people, I want to get to the purpose. So why do you do these workshops? I know you touched on it about in your introduction. I want to dive a little deeper into why is that a part of your purpose, and why is music an outlet for people's mental well-being, essentially?
Absolutely. I'm basically sharing my experiences because the arts is what kept me. It was an outlet for me, and it was something that wasn't really available traditionally for young ladies, like, back in my time, which I'm 50 plus one. So during that time, it wasn't popular for young ladies to play drums, and it was a very male-dominated industry, right? And so trying to find that place where I could have an outlet that I could connect to, it was a challenge to get there. But once I found it through rhythm, that was my go-to. And I mean, it's something God literally birthed in me. When I made that connection, he said, okay, Stick with me. Now I've got you. And ever since then, I never knew that I'd be reaching the nation through my own experiences. Yeah. And so because that was an outlet for me, I knew what I needed. Yeah. And so now I know what a lot of people need because I experienced it myself. So now I can provide it for those that are in need, if that makes sense.
Oh, 1,000,000%. That experiential learning piece that qualifies you to do what you do.
Yep.
Yes.
I was having a conversation earlier about mental health. Mm-hmm. And now I have my mental health first aid certification, but I learned that from a Eurocentric perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm not Eurocentric. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not my hue. That's not my makeup. Mm-hmm. And I'm learning who I am from an Afrocentric perspective.
Yeah.
So like the unlearning that, and then learning how to essentially incorporate the you into what you do based on your experience to be able to help people get from where they are to where they need to be. That's a gift. I'm grateful that you have that and you're sharing that with the world.
Thank
you for what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
I give you your flowers on air in front of the
Thank
people.
you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, cuz?
Yeah. Okay. As you were saying that, what instrument did you pick up and was like, what instrument inspired you and was like, I made this connection with this instrument. It helped me out mentally. It helped me out physically. It helped me out spiritually. I have to teach this. I have to show the world about that. What instrument was that specifically for you? What specific instrument was it?
I'll share a little story before I got to that instrument.
Oh, we love stories. Talk to us.
So when we moved to Ohio, my mom, we had to leave Daddy. Because it just wasn't right. Mm-hmm. And I commend her for removing us so that we could have a chance to grow. So she worked 2 jobs raising 3 kids by herself.
Oh, wow.
And
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. And this is back in the day, so.
Yeah, this is 80s.
Yeah.
85. That was a rough time back then. Yeah. There was no social media, none of that stuff. You either worked hard or you didn't. You might hear, words of, you might hear something from somebody only because it was word of mouth. Yeah. We had to read maps, all that kind. You know what I mean? Like everything was very practical back then, and so she knew she had to keep 3 kids busy and preoccupied because she was working so much. So one day she just took us to a music store. She's like, pick an instrument. We're like, just pick an instrument? And we're looking, it's a room full of instruments. Yeah. So I had this big idea, like, you know what? I'm going to play a trumpet. I had asthma. And I tortured the whole household.
The dramatic pause is crazy. I'm with you.
I tortured the whole household for about a good 3 months. At that time, we were even staying with my grandparents in Springfield, Ohio, until we kind of transitioned to where we could get settled. And I would practice down in the basement. I could hear them talking about me through the vents.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's why I was laughing.
They were like, they turned the TV down. They was like, oh, this is terrible. I knew I was terrible, but she said pick an instrument. So
that's real.
I joined the band in middle school, and so I was faking it then. I didn't know. I could play taps, and that's because you didn't have to press the valves. It was like, okay, I picked something. Yeah. But then I heard this rhythm across the room, and I stopped. I said, wait a minute. I hear it, and I can envision it without even seeing it, if that makes sense. And that's when I knew it was rhythm that was going to draw me. And once I decided that's what I wanted to do, they were grateful that I gave that trumpet back, and we got started with snare. And then we got to high school. In high school, you got to make a decision because now you're talking about marching band, orchestra, all these different things. So, at that time, Again, it wasn't popular. So there's the resistance of the guys. We don't want this girl playing with us. Yeah. Only they weren't not sight reading. They were just making up beats. But God showed me how to understand note value and stuff. And so I would just put in the time to make sure I could get it on my own, with God's help. And so when it was time to play the songs, guess who had to ask me how the songs went after the director was tired of them making up stuff? With the song, he was like, Jay, how does that really go? And I would just show him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would just show him. With all that get an understanding. That's what that means. Do your best to learn as much as you can, because there's power in education.
Agreed.
There's power in process, right? Mm-hmm. And so overcoming that, they try to have drum offs with me on the snares, trying to eliminate me. And I'm like, until they ran out of stuff. Okay. And they're like, we got to let her in because she can play,
Absolutely.
And I knew that was a God thing, because that was a part of my journey of preparing to, for one, face your fears, overcoming some anxiety, because you don't, if you're going to school and it's going to be a battle every day,
That's different.
It's different.
That's mentality.
It's different.
I'm going to war,
And I always had to be ready, and so because...
And was you the only black girl? You probably was the only black girl.
I was the only girl.
Oh, period. So
on the drum line. That was it.
Oh, wow.
But it opened the doors for other young ladies. Once I knocked the door down, it's like, wait, I can do that too? Yeah, ladies, please come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so just blazing trails. It's almost like God has used me over the years to be that trailblazer. So I got to go through the stuff that he knows I can handle.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's why he puts it on us, only what we can bear.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable, but he made us in these certain ways to be able to see things through, not for us, but for the future.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
And now you see women playing all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see young ladies now comfortable and accepted in those settings in high schools and in colleges. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the trailblazer, like you said, the trailblazer always got to be the one on fire. What people don't understand is this is fire hurt, fire burn.
It does.
I might be burning this forest down so we can build roads, but at the same time, me doing this, it's taking a sacrifice. I'm burning. This fire is burning my skin. It's burning, and the longer it burns, now my skin is gone. Now it's to my skeletons. And all that.
There's layers to it.
Layers to it, and the fire ain't doing nothing but getting bigger and hotter. So that's one thing I always realized, being a trailblazer. You gotta be, but I said this on one podcast, I'm saying it again on this, but sometimes a lot of folks get set on fire and they try to dust it out instead of go through it. They don't want to be the trailblazers.
Too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot. We say we want to be the trailblazers. We say that we want to open up the doors and all that, but when that fire get on us, we quick to tap out, we quick to roll out. We ain't trying to get on that a four-wheeler, because every time you say trailblazer, I'm thinking I'm on fire on a what's that, four-wheeler, going through the woods, setting it up on fire for my family, in a good way, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we a lot of people don't want to take that. So you taking that, that's another. We're gonna give you flyers again. So I definitely know. Me and Cuz definitely know that doing that path.
And thank you for sharing that part of your journey too. I want to go back to childhood. So you have a business called Joyful Noyzes. How did you navigate the noise that was around you growing up to be able to get you to where you are today?
Purpose. Like once I understood what the purpose was in it all, Yeah, it's always a noisy journey. But if you can focus in on the purpose of it, it's not as noisy. It's not as distracting, but you still have that power of choice. So you got to find balance in it all, right? But in spite of it all, I would still make a joyful noise, right? In spite of people not wanting me to be certain places, not wanting me to be in at certain levels. God said nobody determines that but me. So it got quiet. You know what I mean? I was like, that's all I need to know.
True.
Because the world is noisy.
Yeah.
It's full of noise, but it's about what you're listening to.
What was thank you for that too. On that and that purpose piece. Along this path that you're trailblazing, what's been the noisiest, or what's been the most pivotal moment in this journey that helped you see the bigger picture? You're on your path, you're trailblazing, then you just see this one tree that's just in the place. It's like, wow, this is that thing. And it just shifted the perspective. What was that one thing that you saw on the path that you were trailblazing that made you get to where you are today?
I would say there's several things. I've always been very inquisitive. I'm more of one to just kind of watch, listen, learn, observe. I don't have to be the loudest one in the room. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just like being
That's
present.
Mm-hmm.
You adapt to where you are. And once you're able to adapt and assess, every situation is different. So just learning some of those skill sets. And this is an amazing story. So because, I always want to learn things, I was in a music store that's now closed. And I liked going in there just to see if I would be drawn to certain percussion instruments and stuff like that. Because I was building up my arsenal, right? Getting equipped. And it took years and years and years to be able to do that. So every now and again, I would go into this music store and just kind of look around to see what I was drawn to. But there was this man and woman. They were standing in the middle of the store. They're Caucasian. And they were like, well, in order to even do this protocol, you have to have this training. It's illegal to do this specific training, without being a trained facilitator in this. And then I heard him say, Remo Health Rhythms. So I made a mental note. What is this that I wouldn't be able to do, or somebody would not be able to do unless they have this training? So I went home and I researched it, and I discovered some of the things I had already been doing. I was ahead of my time because I was already doing workshops and stuff for emotional wellness. Well, now I learned that there's a platform that has a name to it, right? And it was evidence-based. They had done all the research. Dr. Barry Bittman, was the creator and founder, and he's actually a neurologist. And I said, I need to know what this is so I can add it to my arsenal. You know what I mean? You got to be equipped.
You do.
You got to level up ahead of time to be ready. And so I called this number, and I was like, I understand you all have a training in Cincinnati, Ohio. And it turned out to be the founder of, at that time, the Cincinnati Music and Wellness Coalition, which was the only one in the world.
Wow.
The founder of it, Arlene De Silva, she answered the phone. And she said, you know what? I have one more spot for this training, and I want you in that. So I paid my fee, and I sacrificed to get there for a couple of days, got through the training, And when I tell you doors opened up, I didn't even seek them out. People just start saying, "Hey, are you connected to any evidence base?" Because all of a sudden they needed evidence base, and guess what? Now I'm a facilitator, not just in the main one, but also in advanced strategy. So I also got trained by Dr. Barry Bittman, the founder of Remo Health Rhythms. I can call him. He can say, "Jalynn, how are you doing? What are you doing now?" Right? Mm-hmm. And so that was the pivotal moment that said, what I've been doing all these years is something that's needed. Yep. So it had to be connected in a way to something that already connected with like 96 countries for me to understand that I had some major value and purpose. Yeah. And ever since then, oh my goodness, the doors have flown open all these years and still continue to.
Music is connection.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Music is heart. Music is the soul.
It's healing.
Yes.
Absolutely. So. And so I'm definitely in my purpose. Like, I know I'm in my purpose. I live on purpose every day. It's like, okay, Lord, what are we doing today? How do you want me to connect? And I'm able to be bold because it's him driving it. Yeah. I'm just following his lead.
Has anybody in your family before you played instruments?
Oh yeah, yeah. My the Simmons family on my dad's side sing. I mean, we got a family, a cousins choir. There's at least 50 of us.
Say the Jacksons, huh?
Oh man, we used to do concerts, all kind of stuff. Okay. Play instruments, produce.
So this is something you've been doing. It's like, this is in your DNA.
It was definitely a natural draw. Mm-hmm. I was pretty young back then, so I didn't understand my purpose and all that. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until we got away to where it was a little quieter, to where I was really shy. I didn't talk much. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, I was really quiet for a long time, just internalizing, and I'm like, something's got to change here because this is not it, dealing with our circumstances. And so, yeah, Mom got us up out of there, and it was a game changer.
How old were you when you moved and you finally got some quietness? And what were some pros and cons that you learned at that moment in time?
Oh, the transition?
Yeah, we finally got the transition.
When we transitioned, I came from being the only black in my class from kindergarten to 5th grade to getting dropped off in the hood in middle school.
Oh, wow.
Where I was no longer the minority. Yeah. Culture shock. That's what that was. I didn't know anything about black history because they didn't teach it. Yeah. I didn't know MLK. I was like, what now? Now, what is this? Like, I didn't know anything about our anthem until we were literally in the auditorium, and they said, okay, everybody, please stand for our anthem. And they start playing the music, and I'm looking around. I had no clue. And then they put their hand over their heart. All these little black kids, lift every voice. I was like, I said, there's a song for us? They're like, yeah, hello. Because it was just ghetto. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that was my introduction to black history. Yeah. And then they still didn't really teach it. They just turned on Eyes on the Prize. I was like, what is this? I mean, I went from that to Emmett Till on the TV in school, and nobody's explaining anything. It was traumatic.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
That's wild.
They didn't ask permission from parents. We were just like losing sleep at night, like, what in the world just happened?
I was listening to a podcast.
You say losing sleep like it just happened last night?
Man.
I was listening to a podcast where Eyes on the Prize was mentioned. I'm definitely going to check that out in my spare time.
Keep your eyes on the prize.
People been saying it's an eye-opener.
Oh, it is.
Definitely it is.
And I think, and also to the Emmett Till's piece too. My grandfather, he's 93. He was 3 miles away from that situation.
Wow.
Yeah, that's old. Yeah, but, so behind the scenes,
no disrespect. To
I told him, hey brother, you up there, big dog, you up there, pops. So shout out to pops too. Shout out to pops. Shout out to my grandfather. He was 3 miles away from that incident in Mississippi.
Wow.
And so that happened in his lifetime, and just knowing like what he's been through, a little bit about what he's been through. Back then, being born in the 1930s, and my father being born in the 1950s, and just the generations of men in my family, like what they've been through on that side, it's just like, wow, that's I get where I get my masculinity from now. At first, it was through sport, and I had to get away from sports to figure that out. It seems like to me, and I'm drawing this into your story as well, it seems like music has helped you figure out who you are because you've just been so proximal to it your entire life. How are you? So your nephews are behind the scenes with us today. How are you influencing them to be able to be great human beings in the future? I had to include them on the podcast.
Absolutely.
They in the building. Shout out to Zion. Shout out to Jaden. I want to put y'all on the podcast too. I appreciate y'all rocking with us today. So how are you influencing them to be able to be great human beings?
Every time we get them, and it's a team effort. It's, my sister, Gina, her husband, my nieces, my mom. It's a village. And so every time, we're able to get them, we make sure we get that quality time in individually so that they can have different experiences, because the experience with Nana is different than the experience with Auntie Jalynn, and their experience with Auntie Gina is different than their experience with me, and their experience with Uncle Tim is different, and so just making sure we really pour into them, that they know God, and that they understand, having good character and being considerate of others, being mindful, and then knowing that they can be anything they put their minds to. They're songwriting this week, and so just introducing them, to different things to be able to explore. So, and bringing them here so they can see a podcast setup. It becomes a reality for them. So the more they're able to see and experience, then the more they know they can do. Right? And so we always make sure that we pour into them, even when they're not with us, we're checking in. And we're just making sure they're doing all right. And we want to know how school is. And now Zion, he's graduated. And Jaden is on his way to middle school next year. I'm not ready. But yeah. And I love all my nieces and nephews the same. Family is very important to me. So we are very intentional about how we give that time, to make sure that they're getting things and understanding things, even if it's math. Hey, let's slow down on this, and let's see how we can make this easier for you. Oh, I get it now. Okay, now be great. You got it. Sometimes we just need to slow down. Don't go through the motions. Be present and be there on purpose.
Now, it's a couple of things I want to say. First thing, let me get this off my chest. I'm going to go back because you talk about a village, but let me get this off my chest. I just got done talking to the youth Saturday. We got to interview them. What you just mentioned right there is what a lot of the youth was talking about. So I want y'all brothers to know it's a lot of young men who wish they had that in their families. Multiple people checking out on them. This is not from my wording. This is not from my opinion. this is from their own. I have videos of them saying it out of their own mouth that they wish they had more people checking in on them, checking in on their mental. If they struggling with something, instead of beating me up about it, help me out with it. Slow it down.
Yeah, what's the solution?
What's the solution?
Yeah.
Everything you just said, and I know because me and you talked about it off camera, but I want them to know. It sounds like you talked about a village, and you said this. We make sure this person makes sure they spend time with this person, this person, this person.
Mm-hmm.
How big is your family? And let them know. Y'all still. I asked you earlier. Do y'all still get with? Do y'all still have family reunions? You said yeah. And how did that still go about? Like people these days, I say studies came out and said that over 46% of Black people don't have family reunions anymore. Yeah,
and I'll even say, everybody in the family is not made the way our unit is.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like
sure.
Everybody's not willing to do that.
Yeah.
No, that's real.
Some people don't want to pay a dime, but they want a family reunion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's in every family.
everywhere, yeah.
And so, but whoever's willing to, we all show up and we still do it when we can. You know what I mean?
That's powerful.
Because they have to know their history. They have to know, their great aunts and their great uncles and, new cousins that are now evolving and now they're having children. And, if you don't know, you literally just don't know.
Miss out on opportunities.
Yeah.
Miss out on opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those intimate conversations are blessings, the way I see it. We get to spend this time. We get to have these moments, and that's how you create beautiful memories. But we just got to slow down and be intentional.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's good.
intentional with a purpose, like you said. Intentional with a purpose.
With a purpose.
With a solution behind it. Yeah, I was just talking to the youth, and you were saying that really was like, I was like, wow, you hitting on exactly what they were saying, So, y'all better soak that in. Soak that in while you can, young brothers, for real, because a lot of us Black men don't get that. And a lot of times, people don't know how to support the Black man, especially us young Black men, don't know how to support us when we're doing something positive.
They don't want to.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't.
What you mean?
They just don't want to. They don't have an interest in. Unfortunately, a lot of people are selfish. And that's fair to say. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they can be a millionaire. They could fund a whole program if they wanted to.
You're right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So everybody has the power of choice. And you don't have to be amazing at what you do to show support. Just like I have a partnership with 100 Black Men of Indianapolis. And I've been with them for almost 5 years now, year round. So I get to see young men from like November to the next year of May of the next year. So that gives me an opportunity. I teach them music production. So they learn how to navigate through a digital audio workstation. Right?
Wow.
They also learn note value, but they also learn self-control, self-regulation.
How long you been doing that?
Peer support.
How long you said you been doing that?
With them?
With them?
It'll be 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So that gives me time to help develop them. So each year, I level it up. Right? And so this is the first year where I've gotten them to the point to where now they know how to navigate. Yeah. They know how to come into a room. Right?
Yes,
and they know how to wait for instructions respectfully. They know it's always 100% participation because that's the expectation.
Yes.
It's an invitation, but it's also an expectation.
Yes.
And because they've shown me that they have self-control and that they don't judge and they don't put down and, they lift each other up. Now I can bring in national recording artists. Now they get to see black men that are in the industry doing some of the things, in a profession that they're just getting started with. Like, ooh, I like doing it. Wait a minute, he does. This is career.
Yeah, that's different. That's different to see it.
Yeah, now they get to see it.
Yeah.
Now they get to ask questions. Now they get hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? So I brought in a professional DJ. I brought in a Rob White, national recording artist, saxophonist worldwide.
Yeah.
He said, I would love to come and talk to those young men. And then last week, I brought in Mr. Will Keeney. He's a national recording artist too. He came in from Atlanta for me.
Okay.
To talk to those young men, and he's a bassist. I mean, he was killing it. But they got to asking questions and say, what is that? Why do you do this? And, how did you accomplish this? Now they see examples of black men, and they know they can do it too. Because they've seen it.
It's a difference.
Be willing to provide the opportunities.
That's so powerful. I was so Lead Your Lineage. We divided and conquered on Saturday. I was at the BMG event. I was at the Momentum event, and that was a panel discussion I was a part of on behalf of Lead Your Lineage, where we were talking to young men between 18 and 25, and that transitional period. And truth be told, when we turn on the news and see the bad things that they highlight and the narrative that they're painting in media, those young men are typically between 18 and 25. Too much of the time. And those young men don't have those at some point with a lot of the programs that we have, they get aged out.
Yeah.
And but that's really when because they're an adult now, quote unquote, legally. And they're like, oh, I went to the programs, but it really didn't sink in. But now it's like I'm living in it now.
Yeah.
So now I have to apply this stuff. And to your point about just giving them the opportunity, when those young men that are in that 18 to 25 range, and this just came to me just hearing you speak with so much passion and so much conviction.
Yeah.
What can we do? Because a lot of them are interested in music. What can we do to be able to create a platform for them to express themselves? Those 18 to 25-year-old young men to express themselves. Or if you already have something that goes along with that age group, how can we come alongside and support you on that? Because a lot of them mentioned that on Saturday. They just need a space to express themselves, and they need that black man that's on a, say they're on level 1, they're on level 5, and they're going somewhere and not staying there. But they also need to slow down too, because they really don't know who they are as well. Like they got to play this capitalism game, but they don't really know who they are first. That was my words of wisdom to them before they truly engage into it and learn who they are. So they don't get sold a dream that they're not even. That's not theirs, essentially. So do you have any program for those 18 to 25-year-olds? And if so, how can we come alongside you to support that? And if not, what can we do collectively to be able to bridge that gap for those young men so that we don't see them on TV?
So again, I have partnerships kind of throughout in other states and things of that sort.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I actually had an opportunity to work with athletes, of course, young adults. Like the platforms that I have are for everybody, from toddlers, little bitties, all the way to our senior citizens. And everything else in between. And so I've been gifted to be able to develop out programs for the needs of clients. Right? And so because I hear you saying this, I'll create one specifically for this age, and we'll collaborate and we'll make it happen.
Can you walk us through how your process on developing programming, and like what does that look like in terms of how you develop programming, and like how long are the programs that you do develop?
At this point, it's a gift because I've been doing it so long for so many different scenarios. I mean, I've done festivals, I've done 5K races, I've done, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Secure facilities. That looks different than a school, and so, again, just knowing the clients, knowing the needs of them first so that we can make sure that we're being impactful. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't bring something from middle school, right, to that 18 to 25. They have a different set of concerns. They have a different approach. Their perceptions are a lot different than that age. And so all we have to do is just understand where they are, find out what some of those needs are, and we'll slow walk it. We can do a whole 6-week session or 8-week session where we see them once a week, but we build on, you know what I mean? Based on their needs. Because, when people are experiencing something new, you can't just pour a bunch of stuff on. That's too consuming. It's overwhelming.
Overstimulated.
But if you can just reach them right where they are, they see a drum, they're like, ain't nobody doing this. Yeah. But you don't entertain that. You keep the class going and then they do it. It's an invitation, right? That means it's free will. That means, okay, this is kind of cool. Let me peep the room. I don't want to lose my street cred. Shoot. Next thing you know, they're standing up, moving. I did a Midwest youth conference, and they didn't even know what I did. Dr. Woodard, he called me. He said, hey, we got 250 for, over here at this hotel, the Renaissance, over in Fishers, Noblesville, somewhere. And they were like, we have to have an activity, and I just hear you're the person. I don't know what it is you do. I'm trusting you with it. Just here's the budget. Boom. I said, okay, we got to bless people that have no clue who we are. I don't know who they are either. But what I do know is what God gifted me with to bring people together and bridge the gap amongst generations. Because you had little bitties, you had teenagers, you had senior citizens, young adults, and you could tell they were all tired of each other. When they came in the room, everybody was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing now? You know what I mean? Because they're trying to kick it. They're kids, And they saw all those instruments. They had to open up 3 ballrooms. And there was an instrument on every seat. And they didn't even know why. I brought together quickly a team of 8. I created a 3-piece band. My friend Will, he just happened to be coming to town. I said, hey, I need you on bass. Come over here to this conference with me. Okay, I'll come through. And then one of my former two of my former drum students that are now doing amazing things. I said, hey guys, I need you to be in this band. You all figure it out. If I call something, just hit it. Because I know they can, right? And so all these people came in and they introduced. And, that was the first time I had ever done anything like that. But I had crazy faith in knowing that, okay, you've been preparing me all these years for something like this to level up. Yeah. And boy, we got to going. And they start warming up with it and looking at it. Next thing you know, the youth are smiling at the seniors like, hey, they looking at each other. I mean, they brought their own energy, right?
In your opinion, why do you think music and instruments closes that bridge, opens up people, allows people to connect with each other? In your opinion, why do you think the music and instruments do that?
I think that once they understand that they don't have to know how to play anything, that nobody's going to judge them, and it doesn't matter how they express, then they're open to it. But there's something about rhythm and frequency and, shift, because people were pouring out what they feel.
Yeah.
And it starts moving the room. It's like, oh, you feel this? I feel this. And eventually it all just comes together. And it's such powerful unity that now everybody has something in common.
Wow.
Where they didn't at first. Now 250 people have something in common. That creates dialogue.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a reason to talk to you now.
Yeah.
And there's no catch to it.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know you could play the tambourine like that. Well, I didn't know you could play the drum. Hey, we was killing, yeah. And now they're comfortable. You're talking about healthy social interactions now. You're talking about peer support. I had little bitties up directing 200 and some people. And they followed them.
That's powerful.
And it's like, so you see, even the young ones have a voice. They have something to say, and we need to hear them.
Yep.
Right?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I got that all.
We gotta hear them.
Yeah, me too.
I got that all Saturday.
Yeah. And so
They kept saying, we not heard, we not heard, we not heard, we not heard. That's all every single, and this is like different classes, like different, because we had different groups of people coming and talking to the youth, and essentially real quick, like Cuz said, we conquered two things at one time. I was at BMG and we was with the youth and we was just teaching them about podcasting and all of that and the sort of, and I got them, let them brief and say whatever they wanted. I told them they can say whatever they wanted.
yeah.
And they all decided to say, hey man, y'all not listening to us enough. I told them y'all can say something positive, you say something wild, you can just say, I don't like the camera. I said, you can say anything. And they all decided to say, we not getting heard enough. We got a voice. Y'all need to listen to us.
Right.
Y'all need to be asking us how we feeling. Y'all need to be asking us how we doing. And
That's right.
It threw my brain off. It made me, because I do that a lot with my kids. I tell my kids all the time, it's cool. My kids would talk my ear off.
For sure.
And,
They get it from their daddy, though.
Yeah, man. Hey, no matter. I tell people all the time, look,
For sure.
if my kids go to your house, please don't tell my kids to shut up. If you're going to tell them to shut up, just don't have to watch them. I keep my kids myself because I run an open policy where they can talk my ear off. I be wanting to tell them to shut up, but I'm listening because she got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Listen to your daughter. You never know what you're going to miss. And that way it allows me to have this knowledge and this understanding and this comfort zone where she can say, ain't nobody gonna listen to me, my daddy will. My son, ain't nobody gonna listen to me, my daddy gonna listen to me. So that right there, and also when you said how the different vibrations, when I asked you how you connect, when you was talking about the vibrations, quick history lesson, when you said that, it all clicked. I said, duh. That's how our ancestors used to talk to each other during slavery. And before slavery, when they different tribes, that's how it worked. Vibrations is everything. Vibrations is everything.
Jay,
Absolutely.
they don't need the key to get back in, but they be all right.
You good? I
Okay.
this out. You good?
Okay, got you. Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The beautiful thing about what you're sharing and what we also have to be aware of is if we don't hear them, the world will.
Yep.
And that's how they end up in gangs and sex trafficking because somebody gave them the attention they couldn't get at home.
Yes.
Oh, you'll buy me clothes?
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, you gonna buy me the new Timbs? You go what? And you give me a root, and all I gotta do is who didn't hear you? That's why in my music and tech classes,
Clipping out the clip.
yeah,
I'm talking. Use everything you said as clip out the clip.
That's powerful.
The purpose for me teaching music production is so that I can also create small group collaborations, right?
Yeah.
In these small group collaborations where there's 2 or 3 students at one iPad,
Yeah.
there has to be active listening. They have to hear each other so that they can decide how to make decisions and how to execute those decisions. Peer support. Yeah, I like that. Yo, that's dope. Okay, if you're doing that, then let me do this and let's see what happens, right? And I'm like, look, decision making, they got to decide who. I said rock, paper, scissors. They just go right at it. Like, they know what that is.
Yeah.
But they respect that, right? And by the time they finish making their decisions and hearing each other and applying the tracks, they get to share it amongst all their peers in a non-judgmental setting, which says, we will all hear you and you have our undivided attention.
That part. That's the part.
So that's the power in the workshops. You know, the arts is the platform.
Yes.
But the purpose, the intention,
It's a whole different.
I'm pouring in.
That's good. I love that so much.
I'm pouring in like never before. Like, they'll never forget to stop and listen and hear and acknowledge when someone is speaking and waiting their turn so that they too can be heard. Right? Yeah. So that's what they're getting.
That's powerful, Miss J.
Along with, you know, the skill set of now also creating and drum. Oh, they're having a blast.
Having fun and not even knowing that you're going through this whole mental journey. Not knowing you powering and leveling yourself up because you're doing it at oh man, Miss J, you got something.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you
So when I say I'm living on purpose, in purpose, on purpose,
absolutely
with intention, we coming for them.
Yeah.
We're not waiting on them to show up. We have to go get them.
Agreed.
So I hear you saying 18 to 25. We're going to go get them.
Yeah.
They deserve the chance. They deserve the opportunity. And those funders out there, how about we fund some purpose? Help us make the impact. We have to invest. We have to create. We got to have staff. It takes more than one person to make these things happen. And people have to make a living.
Yeah.
It's nothing that we should take lightly because we're developing your future.
Great.
For sure. Oh, that's good. I strongly encourage anyone that's really doing that impactful, purposeful work. I encourage them to be millionaires. I'll say that because at some point there's going to come a time where we're going to have to put our own money up.
That's right.
And in that process of putting our own money up, the people that have been putting money up or the funds that we have been relying on, that's going to dry up because they'll just start doing what they want to do because it's their money, and there's nothing wrong with that because it's their money. So we have to become those people to be able to play that game, to be able to fund our own programs, whether you agree with the system or not, which Lead Your Lineage, we're here to, we're not foolish at all, and we're definitely creating our own system.
That's right.
Centered around family. It's very family centric, but also we're not foolish that like tomorrow, cuz got to feed his babies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I got to save some money for what I got to do for myself.
You got to feed yourself.
I got to feed myself too. You know what I mean?
Important.
So that we can't be foolish and naive in that regard. But I said this on Saturday. I was like, yeah, it was a question that was asked about what does it look like to be able, like knowing what we know, basically, what does it look like to be a part of the system? And the answer I gave was we have to do those things because we were born into it, but we need to put more energy into creating our own. So I wanted to segue that into, y'all, what we got going on May 2nd? got something powerful going. That we're creating something that's very synergetic, family centric, music centric, that'll literally impact a lot of people. And I want to give space and grace for the collaboration that we're forming to help people realize the impact that they can just get in that one Saturday for those 2 hours we're in that room together. Mm-hmm. That can literally change the frequency of the entire generation.
Here at P30.
Here at P30 at
right
1:30.
Here.
May 2nd.
Right here.
So
May 2nd.
what we got going on, cuz?
We going crazy. Look, y'all. It don't matter how good y'all. Don't matter how bad y'all. Don't matter your skill. Come and play some instruments with us. And we got the one and Miss J.
Let's
gonna be hosting
go.
the thing. She gonna be showing y'all the ones and twos. She gonna show you everything, what to do, and best believe the goal here is to have fun, to let yourself go. Mm-hmm. We bring in every age group. However, we are limited. We are limited to 25
spots, yeah.
25 spots. And I mean 25 spots. So don't try to...
You got to sign everybody up.
Sign everybody up. So sign up Lil John too. Sign up Lil Babe Ruth who coming through. Sign up everybody in the household.
Everybody.
Even if the baby, because the baby, we want the baby to participate too.
We got a little tambourine or something. We're gonna figure it out.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. Anytime we get to pour into people with purpose, you know, especially through the arts and through the platform that you all have, because we're bringing in families. And we're showing them how they can engage in healthy interactions in the arts in hopes that they'll even do it at home.
Yes.
Right? Come out of those bedrooms and get off the TV and the smart devices. Yeah. Just give your family an hour. Even if it's every Friday at 6 p.m. before you go kick it. Be intentional about that time. One thing I can appreciate also about my mom is that she had game night on Fridays. When we were young, we knew every Friday at this time, we're playing board games. We're playing, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like it's a traditional piece that I can reflect back on and appreciate. Like I knew I could count on that and that it was going to be a good time. But we didn't have all those devices. Shoot, we barely had cable. You know what I mean? We had the little bunny ears. It was like, you know. But at the end of the day, she was very intentional about family time. She was very intentional about we sit at the table and eat dinner. Mm-hmm. We sit at the table and eat because that's family time. And that's so important, you know, in the family unit in the home to make sure you carve out that time that includes everyone. And of course you get resistance. Now ain't nobody trying to sit here and do that. It doesn't matter. Respectfully have a seat and thank you. You know, until they understand the importance of that. Like, man, I don't even know my kids. Wow. You know, until you sit down and actually have real dialogue instead of picking them apart, active listening. Even though you want to say certain things that you don't agree with because they're saying it, listen. They're telling you where they are, and you are supposed to have that solution, or you're supposed to find a solution for your baby that's crying out.
Absolutely.
Right? Sometimes it's in behaviors. You know, sometimes, you know, it's in different forms. But they're acting out in any way just to be heard, whether it's healthy or not. But if you never hear them, somebody else will. And they won't be in your household. And now you got runaways. Now you got extra drug use trying to numb the pain. You know.
That's real.
So there's an opportunity for prevention at home. But the adults got to be willing to do the work and be humble and transparent. So the kids understand that you really get it. That you went through some stuff too. You know. And that's how you connect, is that transparency piece.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of work to be done.
Yep.
But I encourage everybody, just get started. Just start. Just try. And see how that works. You'll be surprised at the response.
Yeah, you would.
Because you just tried.
That's how we started. We tried. We just started. Said, forget it. Let's just shoot it. Let's just do it, cuz.
Yeah, but that first attempt is going to be your worst attempt. But as long as you're consistent, those attempts will get better, and then you'll have something sustainable. As long as you keep at it. So that's golden. In closing, Ms. J, what are some? Well, in closing, please leave us with some words that can impact the person that's watching now, that will impact generations after they're long and gone. And and then after that, please let the people know how they can get in contact with you.
Yes.
And before you get into that, family, we'll have the Eventbrite link down below in the show notes if you want to register for May 2nd here at P30 at 3:30 here at P30. I said 1:30. My apologies. See, I was thinking of another event. We got a lot going on in Lead Your Lineage, family. 3:30 at P30 on May 2nd. We'll have that Eventbrite link, so definitely it's limited to 25 spots. So those spots will go fast. So definitely click the link below as well. And Ms. J, leave us with some words of wisdom that'll touch somebody today that will make an impact on their generation after they're long gone.
And don't forget to let them know where they can find you.
Yep.
Okay.
And they can connect and everything with you.
Absolutely. So I'll just leave you with this. Like, everybody has a purpose and a plan for your life. Try to discover what that is, and don't be afraid to tap into that, because once you find your purpose, then you do have a guide. You know where you're going, and you'll be able to make that impact that you always longed for, right? And so together we're stronger. And so I encourage everyone to just try and find your purpose. And once you do, you tap in, you connect, you network, and you grow, because again, together we are all stronger. You can find me on Facebook. If you can go to my business page, Joyful Noyze, Noyze Management, and also my nonprofit, Indie Music and Wellness, is on there as well. You can see all the amazing things that we've been doing. If you're interested in services, just send me an instant message. I do pretty good, at getting back. But thank you all so much for this opportunity to share. And I'm looking forward to the amazing impact that we are going to make
for sure
in the near future.
Yes, Ms. J. We appreciate you. We appreciate you getting on here. We appreciate you doing the event with us. We appreciate you doing this 15 years ago, and just keep doing it. It's really impactful. I haven't even been to the event yet, but I feel it because I can just imagine
me too.
it. So I'm over here teary-eyed already thinking about it. So appreciate you.
It's going to be a blessing.
Yeah.
And there's no cost, right?
Yeah.
So we can
free event, family. Pull up.
That's why we only got 25 spots.
sign up quick, because it's going to go quick.
We want to build. We're building something that's sustainable for families in the future. And
the biggest thing she said, real quick. Yeah. I love what you said this before we go, Ms. J. We want y'all to be able to take it home. Use this not only for this event, take it home and use it to impact your home, to change your home, so we can grow the community.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Lead Your Lineage. As we always say, family is the foundation of freedom, and you got to lead yourself so you can lead your lineage. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
I'm about to go home. Shout out to my wife, baby.
Yay.
You gotta give my wife a shout out.